Rob?
What's going on? Let's talk Red Parka Pub.
Well, 40 years ago this week, two crazy couples decided they wanted to get out of the rat race in Massachusetts and
create the rat race in Glen, New Hampshire.
With no experience, bought a restaurant, and that was my parents and Lois and Al Nelson.
I think that's funny.
It was funny.
And so, I guess it's worked out okay for you.
It has.
It was a good thing.
It was. It was a little crazy in the beginning because nobody really knew what they were doing, but they knew what they liked and knew how they liked to be treated when they went out, and believed in good food and good times.
There you go. So, so that would have been 1972.
That's right.
See, I can do the math. Because it's kind of funny to think that when I moved up here, the Red Parka Pub was only 14 years old. So I know, only 13 years old, and we started going there. So I mean, that's kind of amazing.
Yeah, it is. It really is. For an independently owned restaurant to still be operating, still be doing well, and knock on wood, and have the same ownership, same family.
Now, are there things on the menu that are exactly the same as they were 40 years ago?
Yes. The three steaks.
The three steaks.
The beginner, intermediate, and expert. When we first opened, all we had on the menu were those three steaks and some deli sandwiches.
Really? And now, when did the ribs come in? The famous ribs?
Ribs came in, I think prime rib came in first, and then the barbecued ribs came in probably, I'm going to say like 75.
Is that when the sauce was made for the first time?
Yeah, the secret sauce.
Now, who made the first secret sauce?
It was.
Is that a secret?
Well,
No.
my dad said it came from a monastery, and I'm going with that. It's a closely guarded secret.
I like that answer. Well, it's very unique. If you've never had Red Parka Pub sauce, shame on you, because it's a different barbecue sauce than you're going to find anywhere else.
Yep.
And it's kind of funny because I was not a barbecue eater and a barbecue sauce eater, so I actually started eating at the Parka, and I felt that that's what barbecue sauces were. And then, like, one time I had like a Sweet Baby Ray's or something like that. I'm like, this isn't barbecue sauce. Barbecue sauce should taste like the Parka.
Yeah, it's done well for us.
Oh, it's great. How many gallons do you think? There's a good trivia question for you. How many gallons of barbecue sauce have you manufactured there? Because you make it right there.
Lord. You know what? Except for what we have bottled professionally, we make it there.
Right.
And boy, I would say in the summertime, we probably go through 20 gallons a week.
I would bet. I would think if I was coming, once a week, it'd be like 25 gallons.
Probably. Where you been?
I know, that's the problem. Well, it's funny too, because I'll go and and I tell other people, so shame on me. I say, whatever you get, make sure you get a side of barbecue sauce. I'm only getting French fries. That's okay. Get the barbecue sauce. It's just great. So I mean, that's kind of a fun thing. And so you've evolved over the years, and you've gotten a little bigger, and maybe a little wiser.
Oh, I hope so.
Now, besides yourself, how many others have been there the whole 40 years? Because you were 2 when you started.
Oh, right, right. I was 2. Well, my mother's still an owner, although she's retired in Florida now. So, outside of that, I'm it.
Really?
And even I took 5 years off.
That's right. That's right. Now, one of the Parka, like you mentioned before, that when your parents and the Nelsons started it, they wanted to create a place and be treated the way you should be treated in a restaurant.
Yep.
And I think that's one of the things that you're going to get at the Parka that you probably won't get in a lot of places, because the service there is always just such a notch above. I've been to seminars on service, and I always kind of think about, okay, what restaurants are, the Parka's like that, and somebody else, oh yeah, the Parka's like that. And it's those little things that make going out, because dining out is not, you spend some money when you're dining out, especially when you're eating good food, and you want the service. It becomes an experience, and that's one of the keys to go to the Parka. Well,
thank you. That's really what we strive for, and the people that have been coming there for years have become part of our family.
And it's fun. We're looking at some, that's what the pub is like on a Friday, Saturday, Tuesday night.
Monday night?
Anytime. But, and that's a good, let's talk a little bit about the pub. It's a unique pub.
It is a unique pub. It's definitely evolved over the years. You don't want to be wearing those 4-inch spiked heels in there because of the old barn board, but
I'm caught. And the license plates. Now, I'm filling you with questions here. Which is the first license plate?
I'm not really sure. I think it was one that they found when they started to unearth everything out of the barn, which is the pub.
Yep.
Because that used to be where they stored the lumber for Conway Supply.
I didn't know that.
Yep, and I think it might have been a couple of old license plates there that we just stuck up on the wall. That was it.
And then, now do you still accept new license plates?
Absolutely.
But you have to take some off then once in a while.
No, we still find places to hang them. Yeah, there's still places.
And of course, Dangling Jim Boyd, you know, his skis were there, so all those great things.
His poster's still hanging up there.
So there's probably few people in the valley, probably few people watching who have not been to the Parka.
You know what? Every now and then I'm surprised that somebody hasn't. And I sure hope that they take an opportunity and come out while we're celebrating this 40th.
Yeah, what do you got going on?
Oh my goodness, we got so much going on. Thursday is the cake cutting ceremony. We're getting a commendation from the governor, and we've got some local and state officials coming to help out with that. And people that wear or bring Red Parka memorabilia get to pull from the Red Parka prize bin. All kinds of good stuff in there. And then we've got the Wicked Smart Horn Band playing that night.
Well, that's great. So Thursday's the official.
That's the official
40th.
start. But Friday is going to be the really fun night. We have the Red Parka employee reunion from 6 to 8. And we've got people coming from Florida, North Carolina, all over the place.
That's just terrific.
And we've got some good surprises for them too. And then we've got American Made is playing that night and Saturday. And all through the whole 4-day period, if people come in, bring in Red Parka memorabilia, they can pull from the prize bin.
That's very cool. I have some old photos from when we used to go for birthdays and stuff.
That counts.
Yeah, but if you saw the picture, you'd be like, this isn't you. These people are not
You haven't
young.
changed it all.
Ah, well, you know. But that's great. So there's and then what do you got planned for this winter? Anything new and exciting?
Well, we got the 40th Challenge Cup race coming up.
So you started that first year?
We started that in 1973, and it was actually a race series at the time. It was the Tuborg Classic, because Tuborg beer was what we served.
Beer. That's all you served?
Well, that was one of 2 draft beers that we had.
That and St. Pauli Girl, probably.
It took the place of Schlitz.
Oh, that is cool. So 40th anniversary for that.
And don't forget Sunday, Bucky Lewis.
Oh, this Sunday coming up. See, so you got lots of things. Now, if people want to get some more information, you said that we got your website.
Yep, we got the website.
Which
We've also got, it's redparkapub.com.
Easy.
And Facebook, we've got, if you go to our page, Red Parka 40th Anniversary has great old photographs from way back when, and all the details on upcoming fun and events.
And you can sign up for an email newsletter.
Absolutely.
Because that comes, you know. I'm so excited every once in a while I get an email from Terry.
Yeah, you just got one the other day.
I did.
Yep, because the special gift certificate sale comes on, and right after Thanksgiving.
That's always a good one.
Yeah, you buy $100 and you only pay $75.
I like that.
Such a deal.
You could buy like $25 worth of sauce with that.
You could.
That'd be great. Wouldn't that be a great stocking stuffer?
Absolutely.
You know? Yeah, sauce in your socks, in your Christmas socks.
Or get sauced in your socks.
That's right. Hans is mocking us because he does not enjoy the sauce like we do. Yeah, he says, I enjoy the sauce. I love the sauce. So what words of wisdom do you want to leave us with after 40 years? What have you learned in those 40 years, Terry?
Oh, good grief. I guess, like my dad told me a few times when I'd get stressed out, Terry, will the doors still open tomorrow? And hiring staff that cares about the place. That's it.
And you've had a lot of people there for a lot of years.
And we've had a lot of people that have gone on to open their own restaurants too, which is really cool.
Oh, that's great.
That's a great, great flattering comment.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So we're gonna celebrate the 40th this week, and then of course you can go to the Red Parka Pub anytime, right in downtown Glen.
Absolutely.
On the left-hand side if you're going into Glen, on the right-hand side if you're coming out of Glen, or whichever way.
Beautiful downtown Glen.
Beautiful downtown Glen. All right, well, congratulations on your 40th.
Rob.
And I'm sure we'll talk to you again soon.
Good. Hope we get to see you.
And we'll be back here in a minute on White Mountains Today.